Straight ahead on your weekend review, find out what drug is responsible for the deaths of many Florida residents. Also find out what lengths one woman has gone to help feed premature babies.
In sports, find out what NBA player will not be participating in the last 2 preseason games.
And we'll be still getting a few of this cold weather this weekend. Well, those stories and more are coming up. Your weekend review starts right now. Parents of a molestation victim want answers. Good evening, I'm Ashley Doss.
And I'm Olivia Smith. Months after Ralph Monroe was found guilty of sexual battery, his victim's family is demanding answers from FAMU's Developmental Research School. The family says the school hasn't followed through on a preventative safety plan to help stop sex crimes. That's today's top story.
The family of a boy who was molested at FAMU DRS wants to make sure other students are protected. They're also asking for $1 million. This is according to a letter obtained by News 20 at 5. In July, Ralph Monroe was found guilty of sexual battery for molesting the young boy. Now the boy's family has hired a lawyer because they were having problems getting feedback from the school. Florida A&M University Developmental Research School was supposed to make a plan to help prevent sexual misconduct incidents. The family says the school has not been responsive on the plan. The family's lawyer says he will use any legal remedy to resolve the issue. Our attempts to contact the school for comments were unsuccessful. To read the official letter, log on to FAMUTVnews.com.
Officer Lyle Otley was arrested earlier this year for 1 count of armed burglary and 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm by the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Although he was acquitted at trial, TPD conducted an internal affairs investigation and he was terminated yesterday for a violation of department policy.
A Central Florida stepfather has been sentenced to 40 years in prison for killing his infant son 2 years ago. Before the judge issued his ruling on Thursday, Ryan Clark apologized, saying he would take it back if he could. Clark lost control when the child was crying and banged his head against the wall 4 times.
Prescription drugs have been abused for quite some time now, and Governor Rick Scott says his administration is doing what it can to limit the abuse. News 20 at 5 reporter Valeria Sistrunk joins us live in the studio with more. Valeria?
Yes, Olivia. Drug enforcement strike force teams hit the ground running nationwide just 2 years ago. And within those 2 years, state officials say progress has been made. Deaths caused by oxycodone took a dive by 17%. Officials say a new medical examiner's report shows prescription drug deaths have decreased by 8%. The report also showed prescription drugs were present in 9,000 people. As of February 2012, there were more than 500 registered pain management clinics in Florida, down from the more than 900 prior this year. Live in the studio, I'm Valeria Sistrunk for News 20 at 5.
Imagine coming home from a long day of work to find your children dead. That's exactly what happened when a mother returned to her Upper West Side apartment in New York to find her 2 children fatally stabbed in a bathtub by the family nanny. Authorities say that the nanny was found laying near the bathtub with a bloody knife and a self-inflicted slash to her throat. Barnes & Noble customers may need to keep a close eye on their bank statements. The bookstore claims hackers broke into the keypads in front of cash registers where customers swipe and enter their PIN numbers. About 63 stores around the country may have had their accounts compromised.
An American car company abroad is shutting down some plants. 3 Ford factories in Europe are either shutting down or cutting back due to Europe's economy. Ford expects to lose $1.5 billion. Some predictions show almost 6,000 Europeans will be out of work. And why cry over spilled milk when you can just donate it? That's just what one Texas mom did, and now she holds the Guinness World Record for the most breast milk donated. Alicia Richmond pumped, stored, and donated more than 86 gallons of breast milk. Richmond donated her milk to help feed premature babies. And when we return, we'll have a look at weather and sports.
Stay tuned. You're watching the Weekend Review on FamuTVNews.com.